In today's episode, Xbox streaming for the web browser is reportedly in development, Black Ops Cold War team killers facing harsh punishment, and Justice League Snyder Cut won't have a lot of jokes. All this and much more in this episode of Miami Geeks. Stay tuned. Yo, welcome to a brand new episode of the Miami Geeks Weekly Updates, brought to you by digitalcracknetwork.com. I'm your host, Punisher305, and I'm going to be writing solo, but this segment is brought to you by D2D. Use promo code MIAGeeks10 to save 10% on your next purchase order. That's MIAGEEKS10. All in caps, description down below. Copy the promo code, click on the link, paste on the shopping cart, and that's 10%, guys. And remember, we're having a buy one, get one free special, which you buy one tub and you get the other one for free. Plus, with the 10%, guys, you can't go wrong. Also, make sure to hit like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button just to know what comes up with this amazing news, which is 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And now, let's get started. So, Xbox streaming for the web browser is reportedly in development. Microsoft xCloud streaming services for the web browser has begun their initial testing, according to new development. The news came from The Verge, which claims that Microsoft staffs are busy testing the version of xCloud that can be used through the web browsers. The service allows players to access their Xbox games for streaming through browsers. So that pretty much means that the streaming service is able to work on devices like the iPad and iPhone, right? Additionally, the report also claims that Microsoft-based streaming services from Microsoft will be ongoing public testing at some point in the near future. Much like the Android version of the xCloud game streaming, testers are presented with a full library of available Xbox games through their web browsers and do all the testing they can. That is pretty awesome, and I can't wait for that, guys. I'm actually hoping to sign up for that to see if we could do a lot of testing on our end, and who knows, maybe do a live recording of it so we can see what it looks like. But still, we're gonna wait till they give us a date or see on their website when we can actually sign up to do testing, and let's see. We'll put a pin on this one and see what happens. Take-Two CEO says Rockstar will continue to focus on both single-player and multiplayer experiences. Take-Two, the parent company of Rockstar and 2K Games, has announced that it will continue to invest in single-player games. This was revealed during an earnings call this week with Take-Two CEO Mr. Zelnick, explaining that Rockstar is and will continue to be the studio that will focus on storytelling and single-player experience going forward. Even with the massive success of GTA Online, the executive stated that the studio wants to follow this sort of pattern with games like GTA 5 being billed as a single-player experience, but offering a huge multiplayer expansion alongside of it. That's pretty interesting. Very interesting. And also, he's been quoting here that the folks at Rockstar Games intended to create a powerful single-player experience and story-driven experience. And Rockstar has always been known for the great stories and great single-player experience, which it's kind of true. I'm not gonna lie. Some of these games that they always put out there is actually pretty fun, but my worry is about the price. That's really what I'm worried about. So he pretty much continues saying that the single player experience and the develop a massive multiplayer opportunity over the past years. That's what Zelnick says. So we're gonna see what happens, and hopefully in a couple of months from now, to see what they're gonna be doing and working on with Take-Two, and see what's gonna happen from there on. The PS5 Drift class action has been filed by a U.S. law firm. Reports of the controller drift began to circulate last week, resulting in a specialist class action from Crimsicle Schwartz and Donaldson Smith LLP, issuing a request for information from the players whose controllers are suffering from this issue. It was seen that the firm has now gathered the recall details as the suit is officially filed on Friday. Wow. look, again, I have my PS5. I've never seen anything like this yet. Again, there's ways of fix this. I'm not sure about this whole lawsuit and how far they're going to go with this, being it's already a class action lawsuit and whatever now here in the US. But I'm not sure if this is going to be a smart thing for them to do. But the only thing we can do right now is just wait to see what they're gonna come up with. And if anybody's having that problem, I would love to hear, when has it been happening, what game you've been playing, and how often does it happen? Because I think it shouldn't be that bad like the Nintendo Switch drift. But again, we have to see what happens, guys. So, Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War, team killers, and League player facing harsh punishment. Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War, League players will now be punished who actively target and fires their own teammates. Okay, look, I've let go a couple rounds before on a teammate here and there, but sometimes you got to remember, if they're gonna cross in front of me when I'm shooting somebody, you're gonna get hit. But it looks like these people are actively just aiming and shooting their players, kind of like how they do in Rainbow Six. Like if you don't like a certain player, you can shoot them off dead and whatnot. But I guess in Call of Duty you could do the same thing. Over the weekend, Treyarch published a list of new patch notes over the Call of Duty website. Chiefly, the new patch targets a few changes of the new League Play competitive mode. In particular, with bullets from the team killers returning back at them after a second time they get killed by their teammates. So technically, if from what it looks like if you hit them one time, you kill them, okay, they're gonna be like, all right, don't do that. But they see that you're actively looking for your partner, you're gonna shoot him dead because maybe he doesn't play good or something. You want to change him. They're gonna be doing some things to you guys. So personally, if you don't like that one person, just tell them, look, man, I'm just gonna cut the game and play with somebody else, or just don't play at all with that guy and just freaking get somebody else to play. But look, friendly fire will now convert to a ricochet damage after the second team kill and return damage of the attacker. The patch notes reads, the players will be kicked after 2 additional attempts team kills after that. So yeah, you guys do this more than 2 times, yeah, well, fuck it, only 2 times, you will be kicked off. So play smart, come on. But again, my other question will be about this is, what if the player crosses in front of you and dies? I mean, dude, how many times will you use a shotgun and you blast somebody and they get in front of you? They're not gonna get like, oh, I got a little peppered. No, you're gonna get shot the shit up, man, with a fucking shotty. Or if you're doing some headshots, he just pops up out of nowhere and boop, a headshot there. So I think they gotta see how that kind of result in the way. Like, again, if you don't like the person, you could just tell them get off the list or get somebody else or whatever the case is. But if that person gets in front of you while you're shooting, it's not technically your fault. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how that goes, and let's see what happens. I mean, hopefully they could find a way that they could identify if that person walked in front of you or not. So in the news today, pretty much Jodie Foster won't play Silence of the Lambs Clarice again. It looks like Jodie Foster opened up her reason for not playing Clarice Sterling for her iconic role in Silence of the Lambs, and she doesn't want to do that again. She addresses her decision not returning to the role of Clarice Sterling, stating that it ultimately comes down to her lack of the involvement of Hannibal. So there was some stuff over the years about praising Clarice. Both Jonathan and I were disappointed not to do the sequel, Foster said. I have never watched that one. So technically, they never asked her to jump aboard on Hannibal or anything like that. And she's kind of hurt about that. And I get it, I totally get it. So yeah, it kind of sucks, for the fact that she only did Silence of the Lambs, and a really good movie overall, no lie. overall, really good movie. But it kind of sucks at the fact that, she couldn't do any other series and kind of come back as Clarice or anything like that. But, to each their own. I just think it would have been a great thing to see her back in the movies and see her come back as Clarice and Hannibal kind of like have a little face off. I don't know. I don't know. I think that personally that would have been so cool to see and watch. And if you guys have never seen Silence of the Lambs, do yourself a favor and watch it. But again, watch out. No kids around. It's an adult movie. Really, really crazy. I gotta tell you that much. Zack Snyder's cut of the Justice League will feature fewer jokes than Josh Whedon's movie. The director has confirmed that. Snyder has confirmed that he had in his Vero account that his cut of the film will likely have some jokes, not a lot, right? So you're not gonna have like when Bruce cracks a joke and asks Aquaman, "I hear you talk to fish." So Snyder pretty much told everybody when they said that kind of comment, they're like, "Yeah, not a lot of jokes." So he's keeping it very vague, not too heavy on the conversation about how the movie's gonna be. Of course, it's gonna come out in less than a month already, or in less than a couple weeks, I should say. And he's gonna be very vague about it. He's gonna be hyping it up, of course. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, Uncle Willie, being that he was on vacay when the trailer came out, he's just finally saw it today, and he is not impressed. He just said, meh. So, okay, I'm excited for the fact that it's a 4-hour movie. I'm weird like that because it's 4 hours. It's going to be the Justice League. We're going to see a full cut of this whole movie. I'm excited for that. Willie can give 3 shits about this movie. He saw the trailer and he was just not even impressed, not even remotely impressed, which fine, fine. If he's not impressed, that's, to each their own, right? Willie's seen these type of things happen before and he's not impressed on what's going to happen, but he is still going to watch it with us and we will have some sort of talk about, maybe even a separate podcast about it. So let's see what happens, guys, once the movie comes out. But again, this movie will have very little jokes. It's going to be kind of like to the point. So let's see what happens. Let's see. I'm just not going to fuck with that anymore. Let's see what happens. So, also in the Snyder cut, the trailer hints that Justice League Joker is going to be working with the Knightmare Batman. So, for those who don't understand what the hell I'm talking about Knightmare Batman, Knightmare Batman is that weird looking Batman that he's with the trench coat and all stuff like that. But that's in the sequence in the movie, the dream sequence, the nightmare sequence, if we should say. So it looks like Jared Leto's Joker is going to be teaming up with Ben Affleck's Batman, just for that one little tiny part of the trailer, which it kind of looks like that. I mean, when you look at the background and everything, it's technically like the end of days. You already have Darkseid pretty much draining the Earth's everything. Technically, he's taking all the resources, and that's it. That's what he technically does. He just takes all the resources, powers his ship, and keeps going. And Joker is already kind of like, you know what, man? Yeah, I don't like you. You don't like me, but we have to work together, technically. So that's why he comes up with that little say in the end.
We live in a society where honor is a distant memory. Isn't that right, Batman?
And that's where everybody's getting that weird vibe that it looks like they're going to be working together. But then again, we're not even sure how long that sequence is going to be, that dream sequence. From the last time we saw it in the Whedon cut, that sequence was like less than 10 minutes. And maybe even less than that. I could be wrong. And I just remember it was just kind of like a quick blur, that whole sequence. But let's see. Maybe this one will have like a good 30 minutes or an hour. Who knows what we're going to be seeing on that. I can't wait for this fucking movie to come out already. So Stranger Things 4 is going to be the darkest ever, says Finn Wolfhard. Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things season 4 is the show's darkest entity yet. Wolfhard says that While he thought that season 3 was particularly dark and scary, season 4 ups the ante even more. Ultimately, Wolfhard says that he's very excited to see, for the fans to see when they see it, to see what reaction they're going to be getting from. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge fan of the Stranger Things series since it first started, so I'm kind of invested in this. I really pray that well, I don't want to say it'll be the end, but it's kind of wearing a little thin already. But then again, that's me just probably talking right now, like out of my ass. Season 3 was actually amazing. I love season 3 with the whole 80s and everything that was going on. But in the end of season 3, when we left 11, their separate ways and all that stuff going on, you know, I kind of felt this whole thing inside me like, damn. So what's going to happen in season 4? You know, I know there's going to be kind of a get together type of thing going to happen, but if I want to be real about it, I have this weird feeling inside me that this might be the last thing they're going to put, maybe the last season. But then again, who knows? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that season 4 of Stranger Things should be the last Stranger Things, show they should have? They should end it there. What do you guys think? Like, what are your thoughts for the show upcoming right now? What do you think it's gonna be? It's gonna be weird, scary. What are your predictions? What are your thoughts? Share it down below, guys. Twisted Metal shows reportedly cast Will Arnett as Sweet Tooth. What? Okay, so Will Arnett, if you guys don't know him, really hilarious guy. He was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's done a couple movies with Will Ferrell. Really cool guy. And of course, that voice of his, it's there, dude. He has that voice. So Will Arnett will cameo in the Twisted Metal series as the iconic serial killer clown Sweet Tooth. So, oh my god. But the thing about Sweet Tooth, he's just one big muscular motherfucker. He's just one big badass. So if y'all, again, you have to look up at Will Arnett, see how he looks. But there's more to this. Arnett will be having a cameo voiceover role as Sweet Tooth. So he's going to be talking over as Sweet Tooth in the series, which is going to be a high octane comedy action, which it's just going to be balls to the walls everywhere. Of course, it's going to be posted. It's going to be happening in the post-apocalyptic wasteland with the other freaking characters we see in the video games. So that's a huge thing. I can't wait for this series because I've always been a freaking Twisted Metal fan since when it first came out on PlayStation. And then, of course, Twisted Metal 2, then Twisted Metal Black. It's by far the coolest thing. So let's see what's going to happen. I'm actually want to see a little more about this. This is actually pretty interesting news to hear about Twisted Metal, being that it's been kind of like in the shadows, in the dark for a while. You know, haven't heard from it for a hot minute. So hearing this is pretty interesting. Guys, make sure to hit like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button just to know when we come up with this amazing news, which is 3 times a week. You can't go wrong. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And comment down below. We would love to hear your thoughts. We want to know what you guys are thinking about the show. What can we do to improve? Or, basic conversation. Again, this segment was brought to you by D2D. Use promo code MIA Geeks 10 to save 10% on your next purchase order. That's MIAGEEKS 10. All in caps. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.